Alright, well, it seems the developers have woken up and are starting to see that with solo leveling, they have to make their move. Said it before, multiplayer PvE type content is kind of where I'm at. But, yeah, I think it's kind of a bit of a make or break to see whether or not PvP could work for this game. So that's pretty interesting, but we'll get into that in just a second. Again, just a reminder, again, with solo leveling Arise, I might not be very consistent in terms of content, only because I tend to just focus on the updates, boys. But anyway, if you guys do want to support me, greatly appreciate it. It does also go towards the giveaways that I do on a monthly basis. Shout out to my boy Alex. He decided to pick the collaboration pass, which means in the next giveaway I can pick an additional winner. But hey ho, that is pretty much the game plan there. Just waiting on the next two codes to get approved, and then I'll be providing that for you guys. The previous two codes have been approved, so I sent them out I think a day or two ago. So if you haven't checked your inbox, make sure you check your inbox, and then when these get approved, I got you. On top of that, the survey has been completed. These are the most 3 requested characters. It's only a matter of time before Big Pups gets added into the game now. Now the fact that he's won that Igris as a second, it'll be interesting to see how a playable Shadow will work. And then Laura, again, I don't know much about the 3rd place, so we'll kind of leave that be. And then just a few other bits and bobs to help the developers understand on where we feel and where content is more difficult, where it's more challenging, etc. And so by that, obviously they'll look into it, and if changes need to be made, then the changes will be made. In terms of the content, this kind of surprised me because I thought it was going to be some form of online play beating 1st place, but it's actually original story content which people were more concerned for, which is interesting. But PvP, as per usual, isn't far behind. So hey, it just shows you PvE content is what people this just shows you PvE content is what people want. That's crazy. And just a few other bits and bobs as per usual. I typically just kind of keep my eye on the game mode which people are interested in, or content wise, as well as the character. So there's that. There is a developer note which I do want to go over. Again, this is just kind of developers keeping us in the loop, but like I said, with solo leveling Arise, it seems that the developers are going to be pulling out the big guns. I feel like they need to because for the most part, for me personally, I'll admit where I am at with solo leveling Arise. I still enjoy the game. I still play it on a daily basis. I do my dailies. I do what I gotta do. But it's not to what it was before, right? I tend to kind of just do what I need to do and dip. So yeah, I think for me personally, I kind of need more. I mean, right now, obviously, I'm just farming essence, but I can only do so much every day because there's other things to look forward to and other things to play. So there's that. But anyway, yeah, Voice of the Hunters, we've shared our opinions. The developers will obviously take a look at the survey as we just looked at. The Arctic Raid, so pretty much what this is saying is the co-op gameplay, the co-op real-time PvE game mode, where you and your friend or whoever can go into a fight and real-time fight a boss with shared health, which is the boss's shared health. Rather than them releasing that in September, it is getting moved forward, meaning it is going to be releasing in August. That is right. Real-time co-op multiplayer is being added this month. The developers have, I guess, fixed all the kinks and whatnot, and it is ready to rock and roll. So rather it releasing next month, it's releasing this month, and I suspect it's going to be releasing on the 14th, since that's when we get in our second part of the previous updates content, of course, or the one that just went, basically. So yeah, so that's pretty much confirmation to say that co-op is going to be happening this month. So that is a huge W. A new piece of the growth system is going to be added, and it's called Shadow Vigilance. So with this, is new content introduced in this update, Shadow Vigilance. Again, it's going to help out growth efficiency. So through a variety of missions, you'll be able to choose the rewards you want and set them as your personal mission objectives. Following your command, the Shadow Vigilance will act solely to achieve that goal. Now is the time for you, Hunter, to make your choice for efficient growth. So we'll see how this one works out. And as we know of, and as they have already stated, the next update is going to be the end and the final part of the collaboration. The remaining 3 idol members are going to be releasing. We now know on what is going to be happening in terms of the typing that they are. So Yuki, which... No. yeah, Yuki is going to be a fire attribute. I was thinking of Shura, my bad. She's already in the game. So she's going to be a fire attribute. Suryan's going to be a wind attribute. So I'm eager to see on how crazy she's going to be, especially now with the Sunjin wind support that we got, of course. And Mine, of course, she is going to be the dark element, which I feel like a lot of people are going to be going for the dark element, because dark elements, for the love of God, need all the help they can get. And this is one of the big reasons why you wanted to be more prepared for the next update, because as we know right now, the collaboration characters as we had the previous two are freaking good. There's no denying that. And right now, more than ever, fire attribute, wind attribute, dark attribute, these are some solid attributes that we can happily use, especially with the dark attribute. So it'll be interesting to see on what role they play. But the last two girls being full on DPS, I suspect the wind attribute will be DPS, if not a breaker. God knows what's going to be dark, and God knows what's going to be fire. I don't know. So it's going to be interesting. So that's going to be in the next update. So again, prepare for that. That's 3 hunters. 3 hunters. More changes. So there's going to be a new guild boss, which is the giant statue. Originally planned for August, and it's been changed for the September update, which is cool. That really doesn't bother me, to be honest. Development note as scheduled for August has been changed to September due to the addition of the Architect raid and the new guild boss. Watchers Forbidden Library and Monster Collection content mentioned in the last developer note is coming in. Coming in August will be okay, so they're basically moving a lot of stuff over to September. I mean, that's fine. As long as that co-op stuff drops, I'm cool. I kind of want to see how that works, because that gives us a rough idea on how online play could potentially work furthermore by expanding it on this game. So I'm cool with them kind of moving some content over into September. Chapter 12 to 15 will be added into the expert story difficulty. 8 more essence, I'll take that. Chapter 26 to 29, normal and hard, will be added to the story mode reverse difficulty. 8 more resources, we'll take that. Battle tier maximum level expansion. Battle tier maximum level will be expanded to level 90. Dark attribute hunter balance adjustments. Just release some dark hunters. I mean, we're getting one next update, but god damn. Anyway, after analyzing recent combat data, we determined that dark attribute hunters have difficulty gaining an advantage compared to the other attributes. So their balance have been. You will have to change them, like balance them a hell of a lot. Because, I'm sorry, with what we've got right now, they are just completely gone into the Shadow Realm. Like, I'm sorry. They need a huge balance adjustment. We'll also renew convenience features so the hunters can focus more on the valuable time on combat. So, level up all skills buttons will be added. W. Claim all feature will be added for the bonds rewards. W. To make artifact management more comfortable, the following feature will be added after artifact enhancement. A salvage button will be added to salvage immediately. Oh, W, okay, yeah, happy days. When using select all, a filter button will be added to select only desired artifacts. When equipping artifacts, automatically recommend stats will be prioritized. Okay, so this is going to help us out if anyone wants to kind of lazy build. There you go. Recommend artifacts set information will be added to ease the difficulty of setting up. Gold rewards from gate missions will be increased, allowing more gold. W. Voices will be added to the dossier, allowing the hidden stories to be enjoyed more vividly. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. If anything, they need to expand the artifact bag, because I need more. God damn it. It's getting annoying now. Okay, so continuing on, they're going to add the training ground, which we already knew of. Have they said when? Have they given us a date? I don't know if they have. Okay, that's fine, but whenever they add it, that's cool. The new threat, appearance of a commander of steel army, Valter. A new, I think that's that. Isn't that Pegasus looking blind with wings looking? I don't know. But yeah, alright, so we've got something new to look forward to, boss wife, so we'll see how that plays out. And here it is, preparing the ultimate test. Ladies and gentlemen, PvP is officially in the works. That is right. We are finally beginning preparations for developing PvP content. However, we believe that such an important feature should not be introduced hastily, and we are currently in the early stages of development, keeping various possibilities open to find the most enjoyable and fair rules. Many aspects may change during the development process, but please understand that this is all part of creating a better final product, and we hope you continue to watch with interest. PvP is officially in the works. Now, I don't know if you guys can remember, but the last thing we heard about PvP of an idea on what PvP could look like on Solo Leveling the Rise, it's done in the form of cards. Basically how Seventh Endless Sins Grand Cross works, where you got your character line up in front of you, you've got a selection of cards, you pick your cards, they do the animation, bada bing bada boom. Technically speaking, that's a whole different layout of gameplay style, so I don't think having that big of a change of a gameplay style would fit and kind of warrant something like that. So I think in terms of them really going into kind of, you know, developing PvP, and as they are going to be taking their time, I think it is going to be more so of how the gameplay style is of Solo Leveling Arise. And so I think they'll just have to come down to on how to make it fairer. This is probably going to take a hot minute to do, because just kind of understanding on how the game is, each of the weapons, what it does with the skill rooms that we have, and obviously the tier system, etc. of each skills and the percentage play and whatnot. This is something that they have to perfect, otherwise it is going to be a cesspool of chaos in a bad way. So, and as much as people don't really care for, you'd be surprised, boys. Solo Leveling Arise, a lot of the player base don't really care for PvP. It's more so as they've stated co-op being added, which is fun. But yeah, people are in it for the PvP. People would much rather have some good originality content being added and done in a perfect way. So yeah, I mean, fair play to them. They're gonna try and step outside their zone, because obviously originally this game was solo only, but it seems that in order for the game to grow, bring in new players, because obviously PvP will bring in a whole different set of players and whatnot. I mean, I don't, like, they gotta make the money, they gotta do things somehow, and if they can make PvP fair, then fair play. I mean, there's not really much I can say. You know, we want this game to flourish. PvP eventually was going to be spoken of. It was eventually going to be talked about, and at some key point they would have to look into it due to the interest. The interest is there regardless. It's there. Moving along, next week the Power of Destruction hard mode will begin. So again, top 3 hunters world rankings will get the exclusive rare skin for the daggers, Baron's daggers, of course. So if you want the exclusive rare skins that won't be able to be available or accessible anywhere else, then I wish you all the best of luck. I'll definitely be trying my hands on getting those bad boys. But other than that, there's a little cheeky code right there for us to apply. But that is pretty much what is going down with Solo Leveling Arise. So I'll be interested to see how the co-op works. But yeah, to anyone that is hungry for PvP, to anyone that is hungry for some form of multiplayer online play, Solo Leveling Arise is officially going online. Multiplayer, that is. So we're going to get co-op first. We're going to start with pairing up with one buddy. I'm sure and saying they'll expand, because they have the means to with previous, well, with new Solo Leveling games that we have seen. So we know that eventually we'll expand and get more people within a squad. And then, hey, who knows, maybe for the 2nd year anniversary, PvP gets added. This is definitely going to be something that, in my eyes, take the whole year to figure out, developers. Please introduce it for the 2nd year anniversary. I think that is what I would like. I would like to give them as much time as possible, because they have to perfect PvP. With this game and the gameplay style, and with everything that we know and love about this game, with what it has to offer, PvP has to be perfected. I don't care what they say, there's no rush in it. I appreciate them letting us know. Now we know that it's on the table and that it's in the works. Take a whole goddamn year. Take a whole goddamn year to figure it out.